So
Perfect.
Ed, today we are probably mostly going to be talking about schools because I know you specialize in that area. Um, but first, give us some of your background. How many years have you worked for Hamilton, and where did you work before that?
Well, thank you. I've worked for Hamilton now about 2.5 years, just over 2.5 years, as an account executive. And before I came to Hamilton, I was a tech director at a school in central Nebraska. And I supported, the students, the staff, the faculty, pretty much everything tech for about 600 students and about 80 staff, somewhere in that ballpark. But that's pretty much being the only person there. You did it all. So if you plugged
Yeah,
it in,
yeah.
we took care of it in a school. That a lot of smaller schools, one person does it all, and so I've really enjoyed being part of the team at Hamilton, where we have a team of people that take care of stuff, and it has really been refreshing and enjoyable.
Great, great. Yeah, it's awesome that you have that education experience, being in the field, that helps you identify too and relate to some of the problems that schools are having,
Yep.
particularly with their tech. Tell me something that a customer really appreciates about working with Hamilton for their technology needs. Something
Well,
that
it
you
it
can
it
think
has been
of.
fun. I work with several different government verticals, but with schools, it has been really, I've really enjoyed it because I can speak their language. I know what schools deal with. There's a lot of things schools deal with that the general public is not familiar with. And so, because I lived that for 7 years, I understand that better and have a lot of respect for what schools deal with. But one of the things that has been a challenge, and I know I felt that when I worked at a school, was budgets. We didn't have the
Mhm.
budget to do everything we wanted to do. We had to choose wisely what we worked on. One of the things that we at Hamilton have is a grant development coordinator. So let's say we have a school that is dealing with security risks. Their cameras are outdated or they're on the nice thing though is with our grant coordinator, we can also help them search for and apply for grant funding to help them with that project. Um,
Oh, that's
a lot of
interesting.
a lot of schools want to do the project, but they just don't have it in the budget to be able to do that. So our grant coordinator, she can help them find the grant, help them apply for the grant. We've applied for quite a few grants already just in the last month that have been a very positive experience.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, that's definitely above and beyond, technology for sure, helping, once you know what the problems are, then you need the money to get it, right? So that's
Yeah.
interesting that
It,
they're,
it, it's kind of end-to-end help. We're not just helping to a certain point, we're helping them all the way through the process.
yeah, yeah,
Not
that's
just
interesting.
here's what you need to do, but let us help you walk through this so that you can solve this pain point and improve your environment. Keep your kids safe, keep your staff safe, keep your facility
Sure.
safe.
So you mentioned that work across many public sectors and industries.
Mm.
Um, what's it like working with all these different types of groups?
It has been a great experience. My focus is the public sector, so I get to work with schools and counties and cities and community hospitals and public health, public power, all those different verticals in the public sector. And I've really enjoyed that because every day is new. It's not the same thing every day. Every day is new. We're looking at schools. We're working with the school right now to help them that they have a campus with multiple buildings and dorms. A lot of schools have one building, maybe two buildings. This one has a number of buildings, including dorms, and it's not a large school, but it's a good sized school, and we're working through kind of an intricate process, a lot of details that we're working through, helping them with surveillance cameras at each of those buildings, but it's all integrated into one system so that from the administration building, they can see what's going on in any of the buildings and around the buildings. Door access control, they can control who gets in and out of any one of their buildings so that that building is secured and they don't have some bad actor just walk into the building. Unfortunately, in today's world, that is a concern that we need to be careful with. They have an intercom, so if they need to get a quick message out to the whole campus, they'll be able to connect to all the buildings and get that alert out so that everybody knows what's going on and they can have their protocols in place and keep their kids safe, whether it's in an intruder or a storm situation or any number of things that will keep them connected. This has been involving parties from local county officials like the sheriff and things like that. We've involved them just to do security walkthroughs, to help with, letters of recommendation on the grant applications. Our techs have a lot of experience taking care of all.
Yeah, that's interesting. Even beyond the technical stuff, reaching out to community leaders like the sheriff and whatnot you mentioned, that's a little definitely different. You probably don't do that every day. So moving on, and again, you've talked about keeping these schools safe. How does it feel to know that you're part of helping these schools throughout the state, whether it's ADA compliance or securing their networks from cyber attacks, or again, physical security, whether it's protection against intruders potentially, or else weather or other outside environments? How does it feel to be involved in helping with that?
It's a good question. I've really enjoyed that. I enjoy helping people and helping solve problems and helping take care of pain points so that the technology can work for them instead of them trying to figure out the technology. It has been a good it's been a good experience. I enjoy what I do because I know that at the end of the day, being able to, for an administrator, they have so much going on in their world. And for them to be able just to click an icon, look at a screen, and be able to search and find what they need to find quicker than sitting there for hours of the day, scrubbing through video the way it used to work, that's been a good improvement.
Yeah.
Improving security, improving their communication, improving their security, making it ADA compliant so that if an ADA student does move into their district, they're already prepared. They're already ready to serve them with excellence. Education
Yeah, that's a
always
good
faces,
point.
yeah, education always faces budget challenges too. So being able to help them with the grant writing assistance and knowing that we've got tech people that are there to help them. It's not just here's your system, hope things go well. That's not how we operate. We're there to back it. We stand behind what we do. And at the end of the day, giving them that peace of mind that they know they've got a system that will take care of them, whether it's their phones, whether it's their IT, whether it's their surveillance or door access, intercom, any of that, knowing that they've got a company that's been there for over 100 years that's going to be there tomorrow to take care of them, to support them, and to help them move forward with the next step.